Most students lose easy marks in statistics because they know the calculations, but they do not know which method to use. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to answer questions on sampling, box plots, mean, standard deviation, and outliers. And by the end, you will know exactly why examiners sometimes want the median instead of the mean. Imagine Charlie stands by the office door between 8:40 and 8:50 in the morning. He asks workers as they arrive how long their journey to work took. What sampling method is that? That is opportunity sampling. Why? Because he is simply asking the people who happen to be available at that moment. Opportunity sampling is quick and easy, but it can be biased. Why? Because the people arriving between 8:40 and 8:50 might not represent everyone in the company. For example, perhaps people with very long journeys arrive earlier, or perhaps late arrivals are missed completely. The question might then ask for another non-random sampling method. One good answer is quota sampling. This means deciding in advance how many people you want from each group. For example, 10 managers, 15 office workers, 15 warehouse workers. You keep asking people until each group reaches its quota. Now imagine Taruni asks every worker in the company. That is not a sample. That is called a census. A census means collecting data from every single member of the population. The advantage is that it is more complete. The disadvantage is that it takes more time. Now let us move to the box plot. A box plot tells us 5 important values: the minimum, the lower quartile, the median, the upper quartile, and the maximum. The interquartile range, often called the IQR, is simply upper quartile minus lower quartile. In this example, the lower quartile is 25 minutes. The upper quartile is 58 minutes. So the interquartile range is 58 minus 25, which gives 33 minutes. The interquartile range tells us how spread out the middle 50% of the data is. Next comes the mean. To calculate the mean, divide the total by the number of values. Here, the total journey time is 4,133 minutes, and there are 95 workers. So the mean is 4133 divided by 95, which gives about 43.5 minutes. For the standard deviation, use the formula from your statistics formula book. The answer comes out to about 15.3 minutes. The standard deviation measures how spread out the data is around the mean. A larger standard deviation means the journey times are more spread out. But here is the key exam trick. Should we describe the data using the mean and standard deviation, or the median and interquartile range? Look at the box plot. There are 2 very large outliers. These are unusually high journey times. Outliers pull the mean upwards, and they also increase the standard deviation. So in this case, the better measures are the median and the interquartile range, because they are less affected by extreme values. Whenever you see outliers or a skewed distribution in a box plot, think median and interquartile range, not mean and standard deviation. Finally, imagine 2 workers move house. One journey changes from 75 minutes to 35 minutes. Another changes from 60 minutes to 33 minutes. What happens to the box plot? The 2 values move from the upper half of the data into the middle. That means the median decreases and the upper quartile decreases as well. Exam shortcut. If there are no outliers and the data is fairly symmetrical, use the mean and standard deviation. If there are outliers or the data is skewed, use the median and interquartile range. That one idea alone can save you several marks in the exam. If you want more quick A-level maths explanations like this, keep going through past paper questions. The more you practice spotting the correct method, the easier these marks become. See you in the next masterclass.